Hello and welcome to The Voice of Todd. I'm Tom, and in this video we're going to take a look at some Indiana Jones 5 set pictures, or a set picture that leaked yesterday. We're here on, I think it's Games Radar, yes it is, but the MSN news bit. But the story's the same, so let's take a quick look. Indiana Jones 5 set photo shows Harrison Ford kitted out in classic Indy costume. We've got our first look at Harrison Ford on the set of Indiana Jones 5, and the classic Indy costume remains the same. Ford can be seen kitted out in the archaeology professor's ever recognisable leather jacket and fedora in the behind the scenes photo, and a mask of course. Of course a mask, because yeah. There we have him in the film that didn't actually exist. Filming is currently underway in the UK, taking place at Pinewood Studios just outside of London and on location elsewhere in the country. So far, scenes have been shot at Bamburgh Castle in Northumberland and the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. The latter scene was reportedly an action sequence involving Ford's stunt double and replica World War II vehicles. I thought we'd left World War II behind. Anyway, let's take a look at the picture. This comes from the IJ Adventure Post, Indiana Jones _CH on Twitter if you want to check them out. Exclusive photo we have right now. Harrison Ford sighted on set of Indiana Jones 5. It looks like Indy, doesn't it? That's, if somebody says Indiana Jones, that's what you think of. Be it considerably younger, but pretty much spot on. So yeah, I'm happy with this image. This is all that we've got to go on. We don't know anything else. It's weird that we're back in World War II, but I'm okay with everything so far. Alongside Ford, the cast of the franchise's fifth installment also includes Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen, Thomas Kretschmann, Boyd Holbrook, and Shawnette Renee Wilson. Although character details are being kept tightly under wraps in typical Lucasfilm fashion, so that probably means we're going to get Star Wars size leaks. This is the company's first live-action movie that isn't related to Star Wars since it was acquired by Disney back in 2012. James Mangold is directing the movie. That's not a bad thing. His previous projects include Girl Interrupted, Logan, and Ford vs Ferrari, or Le Mans 66 as I know it. He's also co-written the script with screenwriting duo Jez and John Henry Butterworth, who also wrote the screenplay for Ford vs Ferrari. I really like Ford vs Le Mans 66. I think it's a great film. It really fits the time period that they're showing, and the action sequences, well, the race sequences, were fantastic. So far, I'm liking this more and more. Steven Spielberg, who directed all 4 of the previous Indiana Jones films, is on board as a producer, along with Lucasfilm director Kathleen Kennedy, and that's where the deflate starts to happen, because we know what she's done to Star Wars. We last saw Indy in 2008's movie that will not be named, which was the character's first outing since Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade in 1989. Honestly, the Indiana Jones trilogy is near perfect. Temple of Doom has issues, but overall, 3 solid films, great adventure, globe-spanning, throwback movies to a period in history with a character that is universally adored, I would say. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull saw the introduction of Shia LaBeouf's character Mutt, who some speculated would take over from the aging Indy in later movies, but LaBeouf is not returning for this new movie. However, Kennedy said last year that Indy 5 will be Ford's last time in the fedora. The actor turns 79 next month. He's doing really well for 79 or 78. He still does. He did a little bit of action in The Force Awakens. He did a bit of action in Blade Runner 2049. I think he was great in that. And he isn't going to be doing a huge amount of action in Indy 5, I would say. But, he can still put in a performance. He's still the same charismatic person. Grumpy, but charismatic person that he was back in the 70s and 80s. After several delays, Indiana Jones is set to finally arrive on the big screen in July 2022. In the meantime, check out our picks for the best Netflix action movies that you can stream right now. Don't think we'll do that. You are more than welcome to. A link will be in the description for you to check out anything you want to on here. So, problems, Kathleen Kennedy. problem number one. Problem number two, it's not really a big problem, you can get around it. How are you going to resolve Crystal Skull? Because that did set up LaBeouf taking over in a loose way. It was hinted at, but that's clearly not happening. Or hopefully it's not happening, because I don't think that would work for anyone. But with the potential inclusion, or at least the seeming inclusion of World War II vehicles, is it taking place? It can't take place before. Unless they're de-aging, but then that would just be stupid. I don't know, we don't know much. But with Mangold, I'm pretty happy. I think he does really good stuff, and I still think Harrison Ford has a good performance in him when he wants to. If it's a franchise that he enjoys being in and a character he enjoys playing, I've said this before, but he does turn it on. And I think he will for this, because as the last hurrah for Indiana Jones, it's his way of saying goodbye to the character and goodbye to all the fans. In probably typical Harrison Ford style. But I'm apprehensive, but I'm fairly hopeful that this will be at least worth watching. But we'll see. Hopefully more news comes out. If it does, between now and a trailer, it probably will. It's Lucasfilm, they leak like a sieve. But we will be covering it here on the channel. So stay tuned for more Indiana Jones 5 news as and when it breaks, and more movie and game news, reviews, and anything else I want to talk about. As always, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.